Good morning. In this video, we will analyze a topic that is discussed in the column Kerala economy. The column is in English. Videos giving introduction to the points, the important topics discussed in the column Kerala economy is attached in this video. You can access this video giving introduction to the columns here. That column Kerala economy discuss the issues that directly affects Kerala economy. At the same time, that has directly molded the system of social economics in Kerala. It's a term that is synonym with the inclusiveness. I mean, it is something that doesn't leave anybody out. So just leave it has been discussed in another topic. So one specific topic that has been discussed in that column, Kerala economy, is being rewinded here. And in this column, and in this specific video is about it's just a detail of what is discussed there. I mean, out of the numerous topics discussed in the column Kerala economy, one specific topic that has gained relevance just after this Kerala budget is the need for a tax structure that can you say that can stop this exodus of people who are denied their chance to work with dignity, to exhibit the skill that they have. It's about a technician, it's about a skilled manufacturer, it's about a skilled weaver, it's even about a master chef. It can be about a master, a master artist, anybody. People leave a place Kerala for not just about the remuneration, but about the scope to exhibit their skill. And it is the same with business persons, because there are some false notions that drive the social progress in Kerala society. It is mainly political because of tagging foreign investment as something, an alien who come to disrupt the social equilibrium in Kerala. Tagging him as a money machine that with zero regard to emotions, zero regard to the native culture. It's a very false thing. Not all business are like that. And above all, how long can we tolerate the people leaving the state for a better living, better amenities? And I think it's a very stupid notion, and it has to change, especially in this post-internet, post-WhatsApp, and post-COVID scenario, because people are more exposed to international products. It can be food, it can be a wristwatch, it can be a car. They are exposed, especially Malayali. He's watching every change that is happening around, and he is willing to pay the best price for the best product, because the branded products, a flight journey, nothing is a simple of luxury anymore. So people are willing to pay. Even if they can't pay, there is this kind of private financial institutions that can help you make these payments. So people want the international quality things, and they are willing to pay. And we have technicians here who can repair, who can work on the best electronic gadgets, smartphone, watch, cars, anything. It can be a cotton product bought from Bangladesh. It could be manufactured here. And that is discussed in another column, because the need to be self-reliant by promoting Khadi to Kera. That topic is discussed in that same column, and there is another video giving a brief introduction to the very same topic. Here we are not going to discuss on this self-reliance. Here we are going to stress on the need to bring these international brands here. And one important example is ISL, and because how this will elevate the football in India. It could take time, but in a matter of 2 or 3 decades, in a matter of 1 or 1.5 decades, the best in the world will come to play in ISL. There are some telling examples for that. The American Football League, even this Qatar World Cup, it's an example because how women came, how women in a conservative Gulf region, how the women came out in the open to know the pulse of a social life. It is also, another example is the Under 17 World Cup that has been held in India, because FIFA takes the initiative to bring up Indian football. Maybe it's a big market. India is a very big market. It's a highly populated country, and the excitement, the frenzy of football is it's a big thing. It's something beyond imagination, especially in Kerala. So people are ready to invest. It can be FIFA, it can be an international airlines group. Anybody is willing to invest, provided the socio-political scenario is conducive to continue what they are doing. And that is where the debate starts. A new tax structure. It can be a Cartier, it can be a Rolex, it can be a Rolls-Royce. It can be anything. It can be an international clothing brand. It can be an Adidas. Anything. If these big brands can work here, it will make a big change, because there need to be a legal clause, and this legal clause has to be prepared by the experts. These experts include lawmakers and the economists and the technicians. It's a binding law where the Kerala society, the Kerala political realm make sure that people working there people in Kerala gets employed. So when people gets employed, it makes a different set of people coming up in the future, because an international brand coming, and you need to update yourself. And when you try to update with an international brand, the entire scenario gets elevated. The ITIs gets a rejuvenation. The best technicians are in demand, and a person coming out from ITI, he gets a chance. I'm not talking about IIT, I'm just talking about ITI. It was a brand in Kerala. The best technicians get a chance to perform, and at the same time, they need to update, constantly update. It's not an impossible thing. It is not at all. That is where I told the example of ISL. It's a job. It's a job providing industry, and it's a job, as in economics we say, it has spillover effects. It's an effect that spread through the entire society, the educational scenario itself. The technical courses come up, technical courses gain glamour, technical courses gains more sophistication, more authority, and more recognition. The people coming out from there gets more recognition. A similar topic has been discussed in the e-waste repairing segment. The very same thing is happening here. And that's the same thing with every job. When Rolex or Rolls-Royce train the technician in Kerala, what an impact it makes. You can just see how a volley league, a hockey league, a kabaddi league, how the best in the business, the best players, the best coaches, the best technicians, the best physical trainers, they come, and you constantly interact with the best people in the world. It's competition. It's a healthy competition where you yourself update, and it's not a difficult thing. That's what you can see, and above all, the social security, the safety that it provides. Just take the example of a Kalyan Silks of Jayalakshmi Silks. The number of people, especially women, employed in these companies, these showrooms, even their showrooms. How many jobs they provide? How much jobs they are providing. How many are get employed? How many gets employed? And the women especially gets a very safe, secure, and job with integrity. It may not be the best, it one of the biggest, you say the best paid jobs. It is a very good job till you get a fixed job, or if you are looking for a permanent government job. That's an example. ISL is an example. Kalyan Jewelers is an example. It has spillover effects. You can see there are a lot of examples how the 2002 World Cup, Football World Cup has changed the football scenario in Korea and Japan. How this will happen in Qatar too now. How this 86 World Cup heroic by Maradona changed the dimension of Argentinian football. How Croatia evolved. How Djokovic has changed the Serbian football. It's about players. It's about, you can see this. How Saniam has broke the chains of conservatism. Women. All these things. You can just look at the Indian women's cricket team. How, from which state of society they are coming. They are not coming, they don't belong to the urban elite. They don't belong to Bombay. They don't belong to Delhi. They take up, they carry, and they feel that they could perform. Kabaddi was a kind of, a game, de-glamorized game. But you can prosper because there is investment that is coming up. And India is a very big country. There will be investment. It's a big market. And Kerala is. It's one of the most safest destination for foreign tourists, especially women. And there's no doubt about that. Along with this health, recreation facilities, the added advantage of charismatic COVID management, there is and if all these can come up as a brand, if all this can be utilized, there is jobs. And it's about jobs. It's about a society that has been rejuvenated by these kind of initiatives. But it has to take time. It has to take a long, deep. There need to be a deep brainstorming session. What are the drawbacks? What are the possibilities? And what are the pros and cons? How, if a big corporate giant comes, how there are possibilities of exploitation of nature, exploitation of ecology, which means the ecological constraints, the social constraints. Will they be loyal to this land? It's not about loyalty. How much can they help the society? Will it be beneficial to the society? It has to be discussed. And how, if such a high tax comes, will they be reluctant to make investment? And all these had to be discussed. And at the same time, there are other possibilities that has to be addressed. If they come, will they be able to pursue their business, providing this constant policy changes, the constant political changes, and the hartals, these kind of things, the labor strikes, all these are issues. And Rolls-Royce or Domino's can't wait for these things. They can't, they doesn't want to know the reason for this hartal. They have to work, and they have to work, and they have to work. And people in Kerala have to work. That's it. And that is where the issue has to start. Just because something will become obsolete, you can't wait, you can't be reluctant to embrace something new. And that is where the issue begins. Nothing happened when STD booths had gone away. Nothing happens when pen drive replaced CD libraries. Nothing happened. It will bring up new jobs. It has been discussed in that column. So we have to think that way. But we have to make sure, even if it is not about a quarry, even not about mines, it is still, there are some ecological issues, green issues, tax issues, because it's an international brand. It has to be a mutually complementary thing. Especially Kerala people wants the international facilities, and they are willing to pay. And there are people who are willing to work. This is discussed as discussed in this electronic e-waste segment. You have people willing to work, but you are unable to work. There are some organizations, institutions, even government institutions that will provide that giving the technical job, but people are not willing to take up that course, are not willing to enroll in these institutions just because what they learned can't feed them. I mean, it's not something. It's about the issue of food, but it's about the issue of livelihood. And you can't, if that can't provide job, why you take up a job? The same thing. So that kind of issues can be addressed by these international brands, because as said, as the that is why the example of sports, because one sports person, one achievement, how that makes a big difference. Just the case of shooting, you see, shooting is a very expensive game, but it's not just not just the people in the cities who are take up it as a career. There are people willing to pay, provided the payment they make it will be an investment, something that will help them in the future. If I invest my health, my youth, and if I say I substitute other comfort in a sport, it has to be assured that I can perform at the highest level in the sport, and that is where this balancing comes. And because if you perform well, you can achieve the heights. That kind of feeling has come up. So when you are sure that the effort you put will be rewarded, you are willing to put that effort. It can be a DB guy in archery. It can be a boxer. They are willing to take up the effort, because unless you underperform, you will be rewarded. That is the same thing with business. These ISL, this Kabaddi League, all this telling you is that there are people willing to invest, international brands, international celebrities, international organizations willing to invest in a big market, big populous country like India, and are willing to invest in a highly socially superior career. So these tax, there is a job, all this has to be discussed by the experts. Hope it will make a change, and we need change. Let us trigger a change, trigger a coup, something that disrupts this present disequilibrium, where we have people getting job through what they learned, through the skill they possess, and we have people, consumers, who can buy the international products from their neighborhood. As we said, the social economics thrives through self-reliance, and self-reliance is not about tagging someone as a foreign, someone as alien. It's about collaborations. It's about learning. It's about taking risks. So let's be pragmatic. Thank you.